Hi, I'm Jen Silver, founder of RejuvaRoofs. We are here today to talk about how you are going to apply RejuvaRoofs to your roof. Let's talk a little bit about the equipment that you're going to need to get started. Here we have our 4-gallon DeWalt backpack sprayer. You can actually use any 4-gallon backpack sprayer. This is what we're going to use to actually apply the Rejuvenator to the roof. This is our 5-gallon mixing bucket and our stir sticks, which we are going to use to combine the product and the water, which is necessary for proper application. We have our ladder guards, and our bungee cords to properly secure our ladder. We have our safety equipment, drill and caulk for patching the holes on the roof once you are done. We have our hose and our sprayer, which we are going to use from the ground to ensure that no oil overspray hits the side of the home. We have our leaf blower that we are going to use to remove any debris from the roof prior to spraying. We have our tarps and our bungee cords to tie off over the pergola, specifically on this house, just to make sure that we don't get any oil or any stains on that. Here we have our oil absorbent pad, which we're going to cut into small pieces and cover the top of the downspout to prevent any rejuvenation product from going onto the grass and causing brown spots. This is our cleanup equipment, trash bags, hand wipes, and microfiber towels. Here is our rejuvenating mix that we are going to apply to the roof. Here we have our DeWalt chalk line and blue chalk. It's imperative to use blue chalk. The red chalk does not come off. We use this to section the roof into 4 square areas, which is consistent with what our backpack sprayer will hold. Here's a little pro tip. A roofing square is equivalent to 100 square feet. So when I say 4 square, I mean 400 square feet of surface on your roof. Now that we've talked about the equipment needed, let's talk about setting up our site. The first thing we're going to do is locate our water source and make sure that we have all of the things that we're going to need to mix our Rejuvenator at a 1-to-1 ratio. The next thing we're going to do is put our ladder up, attaching it to the gutter guard to secure it properly. Then we're going to attach our tarps to protect the deck to ensure that we don't have any overspray onto the wood. We're going to cut the oil absorbent mats to fit over the downspouts. Now that we've got all of that done, it's time to clean off the roof with our leaf blower. And lastly, we're going to attach our rope and harness for proper anchoring. Next, we're going to get our site plan out where we've sectioned out the areas that we are going to do so that we understand where those 4 squares are to ensure that we're applying the accurate amount of product per area. When you look at your site map and you're planning it out, 2 things are really critical. One, that they're in sections that are equivalent to what is going in your backpack sprayer. When you apply the product initially, it looks like it's a lot, and you want to make sure that you are covering with the exact amount of product you need for that area. The second thing is you want to leave a walk path, typically in the valley for safety reasons. You're going to use your walk path to go up and down on the roof. You're also going to use your walk path at the end to get your ropes and harness down. You cannot walk on the sections of the roof that have been treated, if at all possible, because the roof will be soft and your shoes could leave imprints. If you don't have the option to do that in a valley, make sure you use soft bottom shoes like Hey Dudes or Crocs, or you put ShamWows on the bottom of your regular shoes to ensure that you don't leave any indents. Now we're going to talk about product mixing and application. Using a 1-to-1 ratio, 1 part concentrate to 1 part water, and in this case, we're going to use 2 gallons of concentrate to 2 gallons of water to make 4 gallons that goes into our backpack sprayer. We're going to start by putting the 2 gallons of concentrate into our mixing bucket. Now we're going to add 2 gallons of water. We're going to use our stirring stick and stir for about 60 seconds. After you've combined the product, 1 gallon of the final mixed solution will cover 100 square feet of your roof, or 1 roofing square. Now that it's mixed, it's ready to go into the backpack sprayer. We're going to ensure that we have the proper wide angle nozzle on it, and we're going to go ahead and get started. Let's rejuvenate. Starting in your first section at the top, probably to the ridge, you're going to take your sprayer and horizontally spray side to side, applying the rejuvenation product to the roof. Again, this may look like a lot of product, but I promise this is the proper amount that you will need to honor your 10-year warranty. As a pro tip, if you're doing an entire rejuvenation on the roof, you want to complete any repairs in advance prior to applying the Rejuvenator. Now, if you're using the Rejuvenator in order to make the roof repairable, then you want to apply the Rejuvenator, wait 5 to 7 days, and then come back and complete your repair. Overspray, meaning sometimes the product is blowing off of the roof or running off of the roof a little bit, can occur, especially on windy days like today. There's a couple things that you can do to help prevent that from causing any staining or damage to the surrounding areas. One, you can tarp it off or paper it off, which is a little bit more challenging, but if you're doing it by yourself, it definitely can work. Or secondly, you can have someone on the ground with a sprayer of water that's going to spray up, diluting any of the oil solution as it comes off the roof before it hits the ground. Now that we've applied all the RejuvaRoofs product and the roof is completed, ideally you'd like to wait 5 to 7 days to get back up there. If you have to before, please remember to use soft-soled shoes to avoid scuffing. Thank you for choosing RejuvaRoofs for your roof rejuvenation project. We are your shingle saving solution.